Hey y'all, I'm EJ, you're you, and welcome to my channel. Now, you know that I am all about that cross. The Animal Crossing. I like Animal Crossing. But recently, Mr. Nintendo has been a little stingy with the old updates, and that's led a lot of people, myself included, to be a little bored with the game, uninspired, maybe, you know? Now, don't get me wrong, like, we love an Animal Crossing, but without any new content to inspire new ideas, it can indeed get tough to continue to play. And that's why today I thought I'd talk about some ways to re-inspire yourself to get back into the Animal Crossing. So I came up with 5 hot tips to shake it up. But before we get into that, if you like this video, survey says you might like some of my other videos. So why don't you give a little do to the subscribe button and hang around. With that said, let's go. All right, so re-inspiration, getting inspired again, yeah? My first tip for this is probably gonna blow your hats off. So, you know, quickly, put a hat on. If you wanna get inspired, have you considered... Okay, thank you all for coming. Good night. Just kidding. Video isn't over. But that actually is my first tip. If your current theme just isn't motivating you to pick up the game, why don't you just change it up, you know? And if you don't know what theme to use, I have some ideas for you. You could recreate your hometown with areas inspired by local landmarks, which can be a great way to both infuse your island with some nostalgia and also to share your home with other players. Wholesome. You could also make an island based off of your favorite book or TV show or movie or video game that is an Animal Crossing New Horizons. Some of my community members have made islands based on Teen Wolf or Kingdom Hearts or Hollow Knight or more. So what is your favorite book, TV show, movie, video game? Make it your island! You could also use an aesthetic generator and let the magic of random computer generation inspire you. My favorite generator for this is on perchance.org and I will link it down below. It gives you a theme like hollow, swamp, cottage, or mountain, and then an expression like grunge, or wave, pop, or everyone's favorite, core. It also helpfully gives definitions of each theme and expression, and it even gives you random colors! Ultimately, you could also just not pick a theme. Themes are helpful guides for some, but other players might find them unhelpfully restrictive. So why not just make what you want? If you see a cool area on Instagram, you can just make your own version. Or if you have an idea for something, you could just do it. You can let your theme be you core. And make it whatever you're feeling in that moment. That was cheesy. If a theme isn't your move though, another option to change it up and get those creative juices flowing is get some inspiration the old-fashioned way by artificially creating hardships for yourself. So recently I designed an area in black and white, the grayscale setting on the Switch, and I wasn't exactly happy with the outcome. Oh my god, the panels! But it inspired me, and I got a bunch of new ideas from that challenge for themes or for other small areas just from doing it, you know? So give yourself a challenge and see where it takes you. You could go big with your challenge, you could make your entire island without any terraforming or design your entire island using only one color, or you could try not to time travel. You could do a 60% water island or an entirely flat island, or you could for some reason decide to have an all mouse island, but I don't get that because Fleet Ubers. The possibilities are endless. Or if you want to just dip your toes into the challenge waters, you could just start small and pick an item that you've never used before. Challenge yourself to create an area highlighting it. Or you could go villager hunting for a new villager and make them a fresh new yard. With any challenge or island period in general, it will definitely help to start small and focus on each area. Thinking too big picture can sometimes be very overwhelming for people, and if a challenge isn't getting the old idea box exploding, don't be afraid to abandon it and try something else. It's I won't tell if you won't, okay? But if none of these ideas seem particularly inspiring, then it might just be time to... Listen. Sometimes it's hard to get inspired after seeing the same old villagers with the same old resident services and dock and airport placement with the same old island name. So why not shake it up? Save your current island as a dream address if you haven't already, so it isn't lost forever. And this way it also will not get deleted when you reset, and you're gonna get a new dream address for your new island if you didn't know that. And then go ahead and just delete that save data. The next time you load up the game, you'll get to experience the early days of the game again, back when it was still a deserted island and you didn't know who Nook was. And you said, who are you? What are you doing here? You also get to pick your map with all the knowledge of the game that you have now. And if you're worried about losing your favorite items, you can pair up with one of your friends and drop off items on their island for your new character to pick up. But honestly, I would definitely encourage you to just go into it free from the ties that bind. It'll give you new challenges, and the restricted early days gaming could inspire you to get creative with design and gameplay. And this can also be a great time to start one of those island-wide challenges we were just talking about. But if restrictions aren't your thing, it might be time to go off-road and find a secret route and... Okay. To be fair, I just said cheat because I wanted to get a reaction, but let's be honest. As long as it makes you happy and it doesn't hurt anyone else, there's no invalid way to play. So go wild. Sometimes the barriers that the game sets up for us, like 5-item ordering limits or colorways restricted to each island, or not being able to access the 4th level, even though we're allowed to make a 4th level. So it's if you're gonna let me make it, at least let me access it to decorate it, or just don't let me make it at all, because right now it's just there. It's tempting me with its emptiness and I can't get up there. Sometimes those barriers just aren't helpful or conducive to creation. So don't be afraid. Exploit some glitches to design how you want. It's actually pretty easy to access the 4th level or put trees on cliffs. I even have a video about it. You can also find free treasure islands on Twitch or on YouTube to get around those item ordering limits, and you can go and fill your pockets with any items that you need. Just be sure if you go to one of those to show the streamer some love and support and follow all of their rules so you don't, make an of yourself. I was always afraid to use treasure islands, honestly, but once I went to them for the first time, I realized how much I was feeling trapped by the limitations of the game, and it let me really go wild and make an island that uses way too many termite mounts. And if you really want to get crazy and you've got some tech wizardry up your sleeve, you can even experiment with modding the game and making your Switch a spicy Switch. Whatever you do, just make sure you're being safe and being careful, okay? The last thing you want to do is mess up your Switch or your save file, but don't stop yourself from breaking the rules just because some people on Twitter could judge you. And also, by the way, if you're one of those people on Twitter who judges others for the way that they play the game, maybe, stop doing that. But listen, at the end of the day, if you're just not feeling it, the best way to get re-inspired might just be to... Look, spending hours a day doing anything is going to tire you and your brain out. As with most things in life, if you have to force something, it's probably not going to be that good, and it's probably not going to feel that good to do. So if you're not feeling inspired, sometimes the best thing you can do is just walk away. Go outside, touch some grass, go on a hike, read a book, watch some TV, or play another video game. Just take a break from Animal Crossing. When you're ready to come back, your island is still gonna be there, and speaking from the experience of accidentally fast-forwarding a year, your villagers won't actually be that mad at you, and they aren't gonna play the guilt trip on you, don't worry. They'll be happy to see you back, and excited to see what you make, just like all of us in the community will be. All in all, Animal Crossing is, and should be, a fun game, a way to de-stress from everything going on in your life and the world. So try not to let it be another source of stress in your life. And if you have Chatter, he could be the source of the stress. So maybe you should kick Chatter off the island. Maybe Chatter should just get off. So I hope this video helped you get some new ideas or some new inspiration for your island. And speaking of inspiration, if you'd like some, I do have an Animal Crossing YouTube channel, and you should subscribe if you haven't already. The button's right down there. It's big and red. You can't miss it. And if you watch to the end of this video, go try the aesthetic generator linked in the description and let me know that you saw the end of this video by telling me the first aesthetic that you got. See you guys in the next video. Have fun and stay away from cheese rats.